Really a 1 pound gain in 2 weeks. I'm really happy with that. So I'm not sad at all that I put on 1 pound, not by far, because I followed the rules for the most part. We had a condo which had a kitchen, and I was able to cook and prepare my meals in there. Went to the grocery store, and so we had the condo for 3 days, and then after that we were traveling for 12 hours, which is horrible, you know, because it's fast food and junks and quick snacks and stuff like that. I had a cool first destination was Florida, second destination was Texas. Once we arrived in Texas, we had a hotel room, and the hotel had a refrigerator in there, but still nothing to cook with. So I can make you thin book. He states that you will fall off the bandwagon, but it says, and I'm not going to read you everything, but it says, the question says, what to do if I fall off the bandwagon? And basically he states in his answer that you will fall off the bandwagon, but you are to pick yourself up. Simply go back to following the rules. Eat when you are hungry. Enjoy each mouthful. And when you suspect you are full, stop. Teaching in here that is called the Craving Busters 1 and 2. And they're like hypnotizing yourself or mind over matter. I don't really know, but anyway, I did the teachings, and basically it is to curb your cravings. Once you have that craving, you do the teaching, and basically it's like tap on your shoulder, tap on your eye, and tap in between your finger. And for the most part it has worked. I have not had any, so I guess approximately 4 weeks maybe, I had not eaten any Burger King. Well, before the purchase of this book, I was Burger King crazy. I was in love with the cheesy tots and sweet tea, and I would get the large cheesy tots and sweet tea, and they like little bite-sized things for anybody who have never had them, and I would just be popping them in my mouth. And I guess everybody don't order them, so they're always piping hot, and most of the time my son went camping 3 weeks ago and he had to eat before he went with his camping group. So I took him to Burger King, and I pulled up and I did not order. And that's when I realized, like, wow, that it must really be working. On the vacation, we stopped at Burger King, and I did get the cheesy tots. They wasn't as good. Golden rules, 4 golden rules is eat when you're hungry. Eat what you want and not what you think you should eat. The number 3 rule is eat consciously and enjoy every mouthful. And the number 4 rule is when you think you're full, stop eating. The thing that when I first started this, I thought I was going to have a hard time with stop when you think you're full. Because all my life, I spent a lot of time with my grandmother growing up. And my grandmother is a strong believer that everything I put on your plate, you are going to eat. So if you threw it away, she was going to spank you. Now my mother got into the same mentality the older I got. And I didn't force my children to eat, but then I found myself finishing their food. So they had hamburger and french fries, and there was a couple more bites of a hamburger left and a handful of fries, I would then eat their food. And at that time I had 2 children that I was trying to finish their plate. So I thought that would be the hardest thing for me. But it's not. I for the longest time I didn't know what the feeling of full felt like, and now I know what full feels like. I can feel myself getting to that point, and then I'll back away from the food, and I leave food there, and it kind of bothers me. You know, I'm looking at the food like, oh my God, I should eat that, I should eat that, I should eat that, I should eat that, but I don't. I don't know if you can see it, but on this side it's the hunger scales. On this side it's the 4 golden rules. You put this in your wallet, you carry it with you, and you'll never forget it. Golden rule 1 through 4. And on the hunger scale side, it is a scale of like how you should feel when you're eating. And so right now I'll just get to the pleasantly satisfied, and I'll leave it alone, because you can actually feel. He explained it in the book, and if you're following his teachings, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. But it is a point where you get to where you're like, oh my gosh, I can't eat anymore. And I've hear people say like, I'm stuffed, and they push their food away from the table, and I just be looking at them like, are you crazy? And I'm still shoveling food in my mouth, and but they're stuffed. I mean, they're pushing their food away. And I have never gotten to that point. And now I'm at that point where I just cannot finish my meal, and I will not force myself to finish. I just have to get to the point where when I'm hungry, I stop what I'm doing and I'm eating. If I'm on YouTube, the book is excellent. This is completely changing my life, because I feel like I'm not on a diet. I am not dieting at all. I am changing the way that I eat. I'll have a non-scale victory before I go. I was in a double D, and I am now in a D. Now, I don't know. I mean, I was in a D before I had my children, so 13 years ago. And for the last 13 years, I've pretty much been in a double D. I am able to go down as far as number size, 38, 36, stuff like that. But I have not really been able to go into a D. I find myself spending a lot of money on my brasiers only because I don't like the multiple, and I think I have men viewers, but anyway, I don't like the multiple boobs hanging out everywhere. So I will buy a high cut full figure brassiere, which are not appealing at all. I mean, they're not sexy by far. And now I have like 2, 4, 6, 8. I think I have 8. Either 6 or 8 really sexy bras. They have pretty colors and everything. And I didn't spend a lot of money on these because I hope to get to a C. Oh, that will be the day. I hope to get into a C. So I didn't spend a lot of money on these brasiers at all, because I don't plan on being here long. I pray that I can get out of a D. My back hurts so bad. I have indentions on my shoulder because my bra strap is like this thick. So I pray that I can get out of a D and be comfortable. If it's a C or a B, just be comfortable. Be able to walk around with a bra strap that's not as big as my head. I mean, just to be comfortable. So I guess that's my non-scale victory. You see my measurements on Measurement Monday. A lot of them have went up, but I've been working out for the last 2 weeks. I think like 17 days or something like that. So I've been doing sit-ups and push-ups, and I didn't do too much cardio when I was out of town, but I made sure that I got my sit-ups and my push-ups in. I did a little bit of jumping jacks. I ran 6 miles on the beach with my husband. He was really, really, really pushing me. And my neighbor, my apartment complex offer classes on Wednesday, and it used to be an aerobics class. I talked about that once, and the lady tried to kill me in that aerobics class. Lord have mercy. It was step aerobics, and I guess because I was a new one, she just felt like she just needed to keep calling my name. She just kept screaming, "Ebony, are you okay?" And I wanted to tell her, no, I am not, and I'm ready to walk out the door, but I stuck with it. It only lasted a few Wednesdays before I couldn't deal with it anymore. But they now have a new dance class, and I seen the sign. I had been out of town for a week, so I seen the sign posted at our gate, and I seen the lady. Anyway, this is probably way too long, so I am going to go. 1 pound gain. Go out and get the book. It's amazing. I'll do some more reviews on different techniques that he have in here. He has a bunch of techniques that will help you on overcoming cravings and chocolate lovers. This is the book for you. So I will do more reviews on this book. The book is very thin, like I said once before, but it's a lot. It's packed with a lot of information. A lot of helpful information, just not repeating the same mumbo jumbo over and over again. Anyway, I'm rambling. It's late. I need to go. I'll talk to you later. Bye.